All right, get ready, because we are about to dive into an event that is nothing short of legendary. This is way more than just a trip, you know? It's a full-blown, meticulously planned operation of chaos and competition. This is our moment-by-moment breakdown of the one and only ManTrip 26.
You gotta understand, the hype for this weekend wasn't built over a few weeks. Oh no, we're talking a full 99-day countdown. Every single one of those days ratcheted up the tension, leading to an absolute explosion of events. Think about it, the college football playoff final was on day 88, and the ManTrip Football Championship was just one day before it all kicked off. The anticipation was real. So if you're wondering what the vibe was for the weekend, well, look no further than this little gem from the official supply list. All caps. This isn't just a helpful tip, it's practically the first commandment of ManTrip. It perfectly sets the stage for the glorious mayhem that's about to unfold.
Okay, so every legendary campaign needs a command center, a headquarters, right? For ManTrip 26, the base of operations, the spot where all the strategic moves were going to be launched from, was the one and only Pineapple Bay.
And here are the official coordinates: 1445 Bayshore Drive in Kama, Texas. This was the arena for 4 days of just non-stop action. It's overlooking the ocean, and believe me, it was ready for whatever this crew is about to throw at it.
And right here, we've got the so-called house rules. I mean, let's be real for a second. Putting up a sign that says no wrestling by the pool isn't a rule. That's a challenge. That's basically a green light, signaling the level of chaos that isn't just possible, but is 100% expected.
Now, to operate effectively, every agent on the ground needs their intel. And here it is, the classified briefing. We're talking Wi-Fi passwords, house codes, gate codes. They even had separate codes for 2 different pool entrances. This wasn't just some vacation rental. This was a secured compound.
And check this out, the strategic placement of personnel. The billeting assignments. Now, most of the beds were first come, first serve, but you gotta notice the exceptions. The primary bedroom reserved for Harris, and of course, the highly coveted Chuckle Championship Suite for Gorin. Every soldier to their post. All right, Friday, this is it. This is where the festivities officially ignite. The gauntlet is thrown down and all the weekend's different wars officially get started.
And the action kicks off immediately. No waiting around. The advanced team hits the ground at 8:30 in the morning. After a quick fuel up at T-Bone Tom's, it is straight to the digital gridiron for the college football tournament. And you know what? That's just the appetizer for night 1 of the main event, ManTrip Mania. A full day of war before the sun even thinks about setting.
Whoa. Okay, this is not just a match. It's a battle for a man's very soul. The Gulf Coast Championship is an inferno match. So in one corner, you've got NIL Griff. He's all flash, all fame, total modern chaos. And in the other corner, the relentless, resurrected, zombie fit Griff. The only way to win? You have to literally set your opponent on fire. The loser's entire persona could just vanish forever. And the intensity just keeps building. This is way more than a simple match. It is the end of a long Cold War. You've got 2 former allies, Berkeley and El Chico Rudo Abogado, who are now just bitter rivals. And it's not a simple contest. No, it's 3 stages of hell. The stakes could not be higher. The winner doesn't just get bragging rights, they get a shot at the World Championship. And that, my friends, brings us to Saturday, the absolute heart of the weekend. The Bash at the Bay. This is the day that legends are forged, with a full-scale food assault, an absolutely epic case race, and a bar crawl mission that will go down in history. You know what they say, an army marches on its stomach. Well, this champion's army was fueled by the legendary NPC's breakfast tacos, a massive crawfish boil for lunch, and then a victory feast of Pizza King for dinner. This isn't just eating, it's strategic caloric intake.
Okay, you gotta pay close attention here, because these rules are beautifully complex. This is Case Race War Games. It starts with a flip cup to get an advantage. Then, each player is on their own, chugging 3 drinks. But, and this is key, every 90 seconds, a new teammate enters the fray. The game completely changes when Fat Pat's Tops Drop hits the speakers. That's when it becomes a team sport. And it all leads up to the match beyond, a final, brutal flip cup battle.
So this isn't just a wrestling match. This is basically a political statement. 20 Minutes in Hell pits Team Bad Bunny against Team Trump. And we're talking about 5 years of bad blood just boiling over, involving radicalized former allies and some truly bizarre geopolitical promises. The cage traps them all inside, the clock is ticking down,
And this is purely about ideology under extreme pressure.
And if you want to see just how personal things can get, look no further than the backlift brawl. You've got two lifelong Mavs fans versus the GM who traded away their star player. This fight isn't happening in a ring, it's in a scrapyard. And the odds from Slappy's sportsbook, man, they tell the whole story. Shelton and Jones are a minus 1,200 favorite. This isn't just a fight, it's projected to be an absolute mauling.
So after all that, the night concludes with a multi-stage infiltration of Kemma's nightlife. The bar crawl kicks off at 10:30 p.m. at the Voodoo Hut and then snakes through 5 more distinct locations, from a pirate pub to a beer garden with hammocks. The only rule? You skip any place with a cover charge, unless, of course, it seems really awesome.
And now we move on to Sunday. This is the day of recovery, a little bit of reflection, and, you guessed it, one last round of legendary meals before the final spectacle.
The culinary tour de force just keeps on going. We start the day with Mooney's breakfast casserole, a simple but super effective lunch of sandwiches, and then comes the main event. A dish so unique, so legendary, it demands its very own slide.
Behold, Mooney's famous spicy chicken dishwasher pasta. I mean, the name alone raises so many questions that we might never get the answers to. But its reputation as the ultimate Sunday dinner, that is undisputed. And for dessert, the sweet taste of victory in the form of an ice cream sundae bar. Perfect!
And what better way to cap off a weekend of such intense, personal competition than by watching the pros do it on the grandest stage of them all, the final viewing party, WrestleMania 42, Night 2. Just a fitting, perfect end to the proceedings.
So, after all the battles have been fought, all the food has been consumed, and all the stories have been created, where does this event fit into the grand tapestry of ManTrip history?
And with that, ManTrip 26 joins a hollowed list of locations. From the Nook in Austin to 4 separate campaigns out in Galveston, Pineapple Bay and Kemah now officially takes its rightful place in the ManTrip legacy.
Which brings us to our final question, and I want you to really think about this one. With so many meticulously planned moments of pure mania, from the Inferno match to the case race to the dishwasher pasta, what single moment is going to rise above all the rest and define the legend of ManTrip 26? Well, I guess that's for the history books to decide.